Hello, kiddies. It's me, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper. You're listening to Drop the Mic.
Guys, welcome back. This is episode 27 entitled Horror Hounds.
Ooh.
We've got my co-host James Warney back with us.
What's up, guys?
And our man of the hour or two, Chris Pawlak.
Thanks for having me back.
Thank you, man. And of course, me, the Swan. Anyway, this is our special episode, and thanks for joining us. We're going to be counting down our top 5 horror films for the season of Halloween.
Yes.
So who wants to go first? Should we let our guests go first?
One of you guys go first.
James?
No, I'm not ready yet. No, I'm ready, but
You're not going to do the news?
No, we were going to dedicate this whole episode to the top 5.
What about your recommendations?
These are recommendations.
Oh, I got some solid recs for you guys, though.
well, let's go. We can go
beyond
to
the top 5.
We can do Rex right now.
Okay.
I mean, I don't really have any, but I know.
Well, all right. Well, weekly recommendations brought to you by our guest Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Dude, go watch Blade Runner 2049.
Oh,
It was awesome.
I haven't been able to check that out yet.
I would say check it out in IMAX if you can, because it looked fantastic on a big screen.
Nice. How was Gosling?
Gosling is good. It's more his movie.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, I don't know. I'm always been a big fan of Blade Runner. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. So I was like really excited for this one, and it expands on that original story, and it never feels like a cheap sequel or like a rehash of the first one. You know. Like Force Awakens was kind of a rehash of the original Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like this wasn't like that at all. Like it builds on that story and kind of adds to the mythology and everything. But it was awesome. Like
I've heard from multiple people. They say it finishes what Blade Runner started.
yeah. And the cinematography and the production design and the score were incredible.
I mean, you can just tell from the trailers.
Yeah.
Just from seeing the trailers when I saw them.
And then some of the stills that people were releasing before the film came out they're pretty beautiful.
Yeah, like Denis Villeneuve, who directed it, that guy's solid. That guy's had a ton of great movies in the last few years.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I was so excited to watch it. I'm definitely gonna go and catch it again. I would love to see it in IMAX.
I think I'm gonna have to check it out now.
You didn't know if you were gonna see it?
Well, I knew I was gonna see it, but I don't know, just because I never have time. And if I ever have like 2 or 3 hours to myself, I either have to stay home and just enjoy the free time or go out to do something.
Yeah.
And always stay home.
Okay.
But I think I might take the trek out to the theaters.
Have you seen the original Blade Runner?
Yeah.
Okay. You like that?
Yeah.
Definitely catch this then.
Okay.
Next up.
I know you guys shouted it out on the show like a couple months back, but Mr. Robot season 3 started last night.
Yeah.
Check it out because I love that show.
It's pretty good.
Actually, I have a rec. Just thinking of one right now.
Okay.
Is the Netflix Death Note.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed it. I don't know if you saw it. I think I don't know if you've seen it.
It's still on the list.
Yeah, but I thought it was pretty good, and I hope that they can make a second one.
Yeah, it's weird. There's a lot of like mixed emotions.
Yeah.
That come along with that, but for what it's worth, I thought it's a really good adaptation.
Yeah.
And they leave it open-ended so they can keep it going.
Hopefully.
But I thought it was good.
Yeah, I know that the director said that it all depends on the streaming from Netflix. How many people stream it or watch it or download it or whatever. But that will depend. That will let them know if it's worth making a second one.
Okay.
But that's my weekly rec.
All right. Well, I was just talking to you guys about this one, but I'll recommend the Belko Experiment.
Oh, yeah.
Because I just watched it last night, and I really delayed watching it because I didn't think I was going to enjoy it quite as much as I actually ended up really liking it. It's very much in the vein of Battle Royale or Rob Zombie's 31, where it's like, you know, they're put in all these people are put into a situation, and then they have no choice but to pretty much kill each other.
Yeah.
But it's written really well, and it kind of plays out. It doesn't play out how you think it would.
Okay.
So it does a good, if it's even possible, it's really good at being, how do you say, like, it's not predictable.
Okay.
Or whatever. So I thought that was really cool.
That's James Gunn, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, it was written by him.
Okay.
I forget who the director was, but Michael Rooker's in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in that movie.
There is. But yeah, if you guys get a chance to watch that and you haven't seen it yet,
yeah, I think I'm gonna check that out too.
Crazy horror film. Anything else before we get started?
Those are the two recs I wanted to give a shout out to.
Nice.
Sweet.
So who should kick off their 5?
Why don't you set the tone?
So my 5 is the Babadook.
Ooh, a movie I haven't seen yet. I'm really looking forward to that one.
So I'll kick it off with the synopsis. It's after losing her husband in an accident, a woman tries to juggle life while her son's behavior becomes increasingly more dangerous, while claiming that he's being tormented by a mysterious monster. It's starring S.E. Davis and Noah Wiseman. It was released in 2014. It's directed by Jennifer Kent and written by her as well. It runs 1 hour and 35 minutes, and it's got a whopping 98 on Rotten. It's considered like an Australian psychological horror film.
Nice.
And I did some swan facts for each one.
Oh, okay.
So I thought that would be cool. But anyway, so my swan facts for the Babadook are, Jennifer has openly stated that she will not allow any sequels to ever happen for this film, that it's just not that type of film.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of movies make the mistake of, oh, this was really successful, so let's do another one. Yeah, exactly. And I like movies that it told a story and it ended, and there you go.
That's nice. Next up, in Hebrew, I thought this was super creepy. So in Hebrew, Babadook means he is coming for sure.
Ooh.
There was 9,500 pop-up books based on the screen use prop printed and sold to the public for this. And yeah, and that's it. Have either one of you guys seen this movie yet?
I haven't seen it.
I saw it, I think last year. My sister really wanted to watch it, so she and I sat down and watched it and loved it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I thought it was great. And you never really know, like, if it's real or if the kid's just crazy and the mom is, like, just at her wit's end with the kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where it plays with, like, the psychological part.
Okay.
What I gather from this film is basically it's kind of a metaphor for, how do you say, like, so she's lost her husband in he had a violent death, right?
Okay.
And you can clearly see that she's not taking it very well since it's happened. And I feel like the monster, it comes in and it's basically representing the sadness that comes with that and how you can't really move on so much, or it takes a lot of time. And that's spoiler alert, but I think that's kind of why they never really get rid of the monster, because it's like, you can't ever really escape that sadness. It's always kind of lingering there. You can just kind of deal with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, this film is available on Netflix for anybody who's listening and wants to check it out. So you can stream it for free if you have an account through them. And that's my my pick to start off. Who wants to go next?
I guess I'll go. My number 5 is The Shining.
Here's Johnny.
If you don't know what it is, this is a little synopsis. It's a family heads into an isolated hotel for the winter where an evil and spiritual presence influences the father into violence, while his psychic son sees horrific forebodings from the past and of the future.
Oh.
Yeah. But I actually haven't seen this movie in a long time. But I think that's why it's like my number 5.
Okay.
But just thinking back on it, this is kind of one of those movies that during Halloween or around Halloween, you're gonna watch it.
Yeah, you should catch at least a scene or two somewhere.
Yeah.
You went to the Universal City Walk the other night. How was that maze?
It was good. The Universal Halloween Horror Nights.
Yes.
Is what it's called. Yeah, the maze is definitely my favorite of the entire event. It was nuts, and at the very end they have a prop built of Jack, that famous scene when he's in the snow.
Where he's frozen.
And he dies towards the end. Sorry, spoiler. Yeah. Anyway, it was cool because you had said bonus points if they throw in some snow somewhere, and they had rebuilt that, and it looked super real. So that was cool.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Shining is on my list too.
It's on mine as well, of course. I won't give away what number though.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to talk about The Shining or wait till we come to it in my list.
Well, we can wait. We can wait. That's fine.
Yeah, we can come back so that way you can drop a little bit.
Okay. I would just have either of you ever read the book?
I haven't read
No.
it. No.
You should read the book. The book is great, and the book is different. And I think I had texted you. You guys were talking like when it came out about the Shining, and I texted you that like Stephen King really hates the Kubrick movie.
Yeah.
Because Kubrick changed a lot of stuff, and the book is great. I love the book, but like the movie stands on its own as being a very, very creepy, scary horror film. Even though like a lot of stuff from the book gets left out. Have you seen a miniseries that they made like in the 90s?
Yeah, I was talking to him about it a couple episodes ago.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was like Stephen King wanted to make a miniseries that followed more closely with the book, but honestly, like it wasn't all that great. I mean, it was made for TV, yeah, but really, like the only good thing about the miniseries that I thought was Rebecca De Mornay, who played Wendy in the miniseries. She's much better than how Shelley Duvall plays it in the movie. She's much more that character in the book than Shelley Duvall is in the movie, who's more like scared and frightened and horrored like the entire time. Not that she isn't great in it, but the character in the book is more of like a stronger woman and isn't as like losing her shit all the time as Shelley Duvall is.
Is it true that Shelley's acting like that because Stanley was like fucking with her on the set a lot of the time?
That's what I heard.
They did not get along. And if you know anything about like Stanley Kubrick, he's a very like meticulous director, where like you're doing 100 takes of like one scene, and it was just, I mean, that's like you shoot a movie for, I don't know, what's an average, 3 months, maybe a little bit less depending on the movie, but like for that it was like almost an entire year they were shooting this film. And just because they didn't get along, and because he was always like, no, you need to do it again and again and again, it was making her so crazy that like they constantly were getting in fights and arguing.
Yeah, but it worked.
Yeah. He knows what he wants.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, in the maze they have